Hey y'all, it's Deanna here, and today is Vlogmas Day 8. I hope you guys are all doing blessed and having a wonderful day thus far. Right now I'm checking in with you guys to show you guys what I'm making for dinner. Today, this is something that you've seen me make already, so I'm not showing it. I'm not showing you guys how I make it, but I'm making curry. But then I'm going to be making some boiled dumpling and yam or potato. And I'm going to show you guys how I make my boiled dumpling in my KitchenAid. Yes, I use my KitchenAid to do that. When my sister first saw me using my KitchenAid to make dumplings, she was like, you put everything in that. I'm like, yes, I put everything in my KitchenAid because it was pricey and I'm going to use it to its maximum capabilities. Okay, so, and I don't love rolling up dough, but I love dumpling. So I figured out a way to make my dumpling in my KitchenAid. So let me show you guys how I do it. To make the dumpling, y'all, it is fairly simple. You only need a few little ingredients to make it and you'll be good to go. If you don't have a KitchenAid, you can roll this with your hand. If you don't have a KitchenAid, you can knead these with your hand and make them with your hand. That's how the good old, you know, good up women them know how to do it. But me, I'm of the modern time and I gotta use my KitchenAid. So all you need is some flour, all-purpose flour, salt, and water. Now you can stop there, but I like to add a little sugar and cornmeal. Now you don't necessarily have to put like a lot of cornmeal if you don't like texture, and it is very optional. If you don't like cornmeal at all, just omit it. The pieces from your KitchenAid that you'll need is the standard paddle mixer, the standard paddle mixing, the attachments that you'll need for your KitchenAid is your standard.
5 minutes later.
Is your standard paddle mixer as well as your dough hook mixer thing. We need that they give to you. Alright, let we do this. Alright, so just go ahead. First, we're gonna throw in our flour. I guess you could sift this, but I'm not doing that today. Just gonna throw in your flour, and I need to make a decent amount of dumpling. My sister and brother-in-law should be swinging by, so I'm gonna just make enough. So if they want some, they can get some. Then you're gonna just throw in your cornmeal. I'm not putting too much in there. Throw in a bit of sugar. That's all I'm gonna put in here, because it's not like you really want it to be sweet, but now you gotta put in some salt. I'm not good with the salt, so hopefully that's enough. Then if you guys ever watched my baking videos, you guys know I like to combine everything together, even though this is a cooking video, but yeah. And the KitchenAid does a good job of kind of evenly mixing everything, but I just like to do that. Then, now we're gonna put on our paddle attachment. Boom, there you go. And just start mix this up. Just kidding. Now we're gonna throw in some water. I don't have measurements for this, y'all. I know. What kind of instructor am I? Put in a little water at a time, because you don't really you don't want it to get watery. But if it does get watery, you could just throw in a little bit more. If it gets watery, you could just throw in a little bit more flour and stuff. Alright. That looks about good. That looks about right. So once you get kind of like to this doughy, stretchy kind of material, we're just gonna turn that off. Open this up and kind of scrape down our dough, right? Put that to soak because I don't want it to stick up my KitchenAid. Right now, put on your dough hook and allow it to spin up. At this point, I'm gonna start pouring in some flour because I'm gonna turn this down. But as you guys can see, when you put in the flour, it all kind of just starts to clump together. And that's what I wanted to do. And I wanted to start basically winding up around my hook attachment. So a little more. You guys don't want to put this on high, guys, because you guys don't want it to burn out your machine. And if your KitchenAid starts to like jump, that means if there's too much in there, your machine can't handle the load that you have in there. So yeah. Alright, that looks good, y'all. Let me touch it. It's still a little sticky, so I'm gonna just throw in a little more flour in there. And like you guys see me when I put the flour, the last bit of flour that I put in, I just kind of like throw it around the edges, because what I want the fresh flour to do is adhere to the dough, so that when I take it out, because there is a little bit of hand kneaded involved in this, when I take it out, the dough is not sticking to my hand too much. So yeah, alright, so let me go ahead and clean this space off to prepare it to knead it. Alright, now it is time. I cleared off my surface. It's nice and clean. I disinfected it. So because I have granite, I can just roll right along right here on the surface. So what I do is I put a little powder on there, kind of roll it around on your nice, dry, clean countertop. And we're gonna get our dough off of the hook. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna base my hands with a little bit of dry flour. Should have did it before I took it out, but anyways, that's what my hand looks like. Now, coat that dough that you just took out in flour as well. Now we're gonna start to knead, right? Now if you have a grandma that make dumplings, so a good up grandma, good up mommy, you know that they do this from the beginning. But seeing as how I am modern day generation, I use my mixer. Not only that, this really just cut back on all of the extra pressure you have to put in. Alright, let me get a little bit more flour. Let's dust it. Boom. You just want to kind of keep on adding flour in until it's stretchy, but it's not too wet. Like it's not really tacky, if that makes sense. Whew, y'all hear how I'm breathing? This is what you call elbow grease. Roll. And the motion that I use, if you guys can see, is you have the dough. I kind of fold it in, press it down, and I push with the palms of my hands. So fold down, roll, push. Fold down, roll, push. My dough is feeling pretty good. So I've already put my water on the stove to start to boil up, so that when I put these in, they can boil nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Can't believe that. Can't believe that. Alright. So now that we have that there, we can go ahead and just pop our dough back in. I'm gonna just kind of dust off my countertop. So I'm gonna get this because my water is not hot yet to dump the dumpling in. So I'm just gonna take about a palm size. You guys can see. This would probably be maybe like a 1/3 of a cup. This is the part that I don't like, but This is the final piece that we're just gonna kind of roll it down. You guys see the motion of hand? I'm rolling it around, press it down, and then keep rolling. Rolling. What's happening is that the flour mixture, your dough is getting tighter and tighter on the inside. So you'll roll, and then eventually you'll have more of a ball. Then use the palm of your hand, push it down. Some people use their thumb and kind of make an indentation in there, but there you go. There's your dumpling. Now I gotta do that. Now I have to do that to the rest of this dough here. So once I do that, I'll be back. I've rolled a few of my dumplings and I'm gonna show you guys how the water is when I put it in. So the water is, you can see right here, it's already hot. It's steaming, it's starting to bubble. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put my dumpling, just gonna put it inside. It's gonna sink to the bottom. Now when they start floating to the top, that's how you know that they're finished. Now these usually take about maybe 15 to 20 minutes to finish. I'm just gonna go ahead and drop those in there. Typically I'll be using a larger pot, but I won't even tell you guys what happened to my other big pot. Let's just say it wasn't pretty, so I had to throw it out. But anyway, so those are a few of my dumplings in there. And with this, I'm going to be making, I'll show you guys. Don't laugh at my potato, you guys hear me? Don't laugh after my potato. But yeah, I know it looks scrawny. But anyways, I'm going to be making this with my dumplings as well. I need to cut up the carrots and the yellow potatoes that will be going into the curry. As you guys can see, my curry is looking good. A lot of gravy to eat with the dumpling. Just gotta give that a little stir here. Has a nice color. I'm excited for dinner tonight, y'all. I love dumpling, but there is a lot of calories and stuff in flour, and it's more time consuming than just throwing peas and rice into a pot, or just white rice. So that's why I don't make it all that often, and my kids don't love dumpling. But me, on the other hand, I love dumpling. When I was pregnant, I didn't have much of that. Not too many things made me feel sick. Not too many foods I couldn't eat, but I definitely had the things that I loved even more. And it was like the things that I already loved, but the love for those things just increased a little bit more. And I've always really liked dumpling. And the love for the dumpling just increased. And if you guys were making this earlier, so you want to knead your dough and everything earlier, just make sure you cover up the dough in like some saran wrap or something, because you don't want the dough to get dry and for a like crust to form outside of your dough to make it flaky. You want to make sure that it stays nice and moisturized so that it is easy enough to manipulate into your dumpling shape.
What's shipping? Shh.
Clayton, who's here?
Morning.
Are you excited? No. Are you excited?
Ew. You move. He's so cute. I want to see her too, Mommy.
Wait.
Can I see her? Can I see her, Mom? I see that. Whoa. Morning. Yeah. Don't.
No, leave her toys. Oh, I gotta go open the door for Auntie Monique.
Can we come?
Yep.
Yeah. We wish you Merry Christmas. We wish you Merry Christmas. We wish you Merry Christmas. For a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas, Mom. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Clayton.
The Happy
Sing for me.
New Year.
People, so my sister and I were here trying to take pictures, but this is the aftermath of when you try to take pictures of a newborn baby and a toddler. I got a diaper stuck to my butt. I have, look at the house. Oh, I'm not gonna show her. Look at this. You could find out more. You guys see this? Yes, my house is looking crazy. Stuff is all over the place, and the twins tapped out, but here they are right here. I maybe got 2 or 3 good pictures before they were like over it. Could get like 15 minutes out of them. That was it. Hello, kids. Are you guys gonna say hi? Tell them what you were just doing. You tired?
Yeah.
Are you hungry now?
And from now on, our troubles will be out of sight. I'm a big deal. Yeah, me and my friend, I'm a big deal. Wanna listen up? You know I'm very important. Important for real. And let me tell you straight, I'm a big deal. Christmas, it is a big deal. In a Jamaica, it's very, very, very important. Important for real. This has nothing to do with the money.